So, previously, the group of you have been exploring the Verdant Locks, an overgrown to massive scale verdant forest that boasts gargantuan flora and fauna. You've come to this location in search of something specific for Tang, a flower of some variety, for which she needs for the creation of an orbital poultice, or tea, or tincture of some variety. As you've been exploring, you've encountered some small inhabitants of the forests themselves, notably a group of goblins which had tried to waylay and ambush you as you inadvertently wandered into a small cluster of violet fungus. You were able to successfully repel them, and you were able to repel the Beholderkin, spectators as they're known. 4 stalks rather than the usual 8. Betray their differentiation from your associate, the mayor of Urcrypt, Yerel. With the Beholderkin, were, based on your observations prior to the fight breaking out, 2 dryads of some type. They had form, the one that you saw had a form that looked like it was made out of shifting and moving wood, as easy as if it was flesh. She placed a baleful curse upon your resident paladin, Gunnan, who was actually not the intended target of the spell. Due to the tumultuous nature of magic in this area, the spell missed its intended target of Hellerast and was redirected to a random individual whom was unfortunately selected as Dunn. He failed the save, and his intelligence and charisma is 1. Short on diamonds to be able to use greater forms of restoration beyond the basic healing medicines that you have. It's just the way Dunnan's had to live for the past couple of days. During your foray along the winding and twisting trail, you've realized that it likely doubles back on itself dozens, if not hundreds of times, making true travel in a direct cardinal orientation difficult, if not impossible. The undergrowth is matching the scale of the forest, and you didn't want to miss anything. Such, if you found another leg of the trail, you would know not which direction was back out or further deeper. So you chose to stay on the trail and encountered some dangers therein. You've come to what appears to be a glade of some variety. There's a couple ruins and a large lake of some type. Beautifully clear water. Deep. It deepens quite quickly as you approach the edge of it. The edges are ringed with lily pads, and plants are growing along the shoreline. The ground itself is covered in a springy, very deep moss. Based on your guess, you've been travelers for a while, and how much your feet sort of sink into the ground, you gather the layer of moss is probably about a foot deep. Even though you only sink in about 6 inches before it's too densely packed for you to sink further. It doesn't impede your travel in any way. And you know that there's some type of gravelly, rocky structure underneath it, of what you're not sure. As you came to this clearing and beheld the first things, it was pouring rain, and several lemurs were hiding and sheltering from the rain underneath a leaf in the shadow of a statue. The statue itself bore a druidic warning, if nothing else, upon the base of it, and was weathered by unknown years spent in the elements. You carefully proceeded across the small bridge to the ruins in an attempt to cross the lake without getting wet. The floor caved underneath you, and you all took a nice tumble into the water, expecting to feel things coiling around your ankles and dragging you down beneath. But you evaded such threats, whether or not they are there, and made your way to the far shore, where Siegfried's scouting owl had informed him of another statue. You approach this one, and like the previous one, it has druidic inscriptions upon the base, and is tall, taller than an average individual. Humanoid. If it were real, probably someone standing 8.5 to 10 feet tall, anywhere in that range, and is properly armored. You did some investigating around the space, and in a stroke of inspiration, or folly, depending on how it plays out, Siegfried decided to cast daylight above the statue's head. And this is where we're picking up. As the daylight spell takes hold and the light spreads, there's a brief moment where all of you feel some type of change, and it takes a few seconds to actually recognize what that change is. The raindrops that were falling upon you in relative strength have abated. As the daylight spreads, it feels not only as if the spell has taken hold, but Siegfried has ushered daylight into the glade that was previously present. And you glance around, and you can just barely see at the edges of your vision as the last dregs of rain recede like a curtain back out of the glade and into the folds of the trees beyond. There is no more rain. Roll me a d8, done.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's still tied to Heli though, so...
Make an athletics check. I'll say with advantage, actually.
Where is my sheet?
Heller has to make an athletics check as well, or strength save, whichever one of yours is better. Dunnan, on the pup, sort of spurs instinctually the pup off in to the east, and Heller, as you get dragged a good 15 feet or so before you manage to get them under control.
So like whimpering and like shocked that the sudden bright light appeared out of nowhere.
No. Heller asked, what's your passive perception? You're muted.
4.
4. Your passive.
And it's something that I'm.
Your passive perception is 4? Oh, because you have a penalty to it, do you not?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But I'm also trained in it, so.
What's your bonus to your perception?
4.
Okay,
Sorry.
so
that's my bonus to my perception.
So your passive would be 14, but because you have disadvantage on all perception checks because you have one eye, your passive is 9 because you have a -5 penalty to your passive. If
okay.
You have flat disadvantage, at least for sight-based. So You're dragged along the moss for a little while. And as the rest of you turn, you see that as Helaras was sort of dragged for a moment, and she sort of had to dig her heels and try to get Dunnan and the pup to heal, she's torn up a good, 10-foot section of the moss. And it's, all worn out to either side of her.
Yeah, I would just follow Ellie and see if I can help Dunnan. I'm like, it's all right, Dunnan. It was me. It was me.
He's just scared of the bright light.
Daylight lasts an hour, correct? It does, yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
Are you trying to drag Dunnan towards the daylight?
The daylight is in the air. Like, there's no way we can drag you towards it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like 12 feet in the air. I'm just not trying to drag down, and I was just approaching him, trying to calm him down.
I don't know, roll a persuasion check. No idea how he reacts now.
Yeah, because daylight is a 60-foot sphere of bright light, and then it sheds bright light an additional 60 feet, and then sheds dim light an additional 60 feet from that. So basically 180 feet of light.
But also, specifically for the Feeble Mind spell, Dunnan does know we're friendly.
Yes.
Yeah, it would probably calm down a little bit.
Yeah.
Just rolled an intelligence check to see.
About a minute or so, Siegfried has passed in this time. As you're calming Dunnan down, you see past him and the pup. The pup's not tall as a horse, and even if it were, you're a fairly tall individual yourself, and you'd be able to see over the back of it. The edge of the water, you can see that the water lilies and lily pads and the closed buds have, in the presence of daylight, actually started to reopen again, and you realize this is a very beautiful place.
I try and see if Ten is with us now, and wave Aeolus up.
Ten is with you.
Oh, okay. Because you said she was scouting last time.
She caught up.
Okay. I say, 10, do you see what you're looking for?
I scanned for the flower that had been described to me.
Alright. Make a perception check, please. $19. It's average for you. Wow. As you are taking a moment to scan around the area, as more of these flowers are opening up, you realize they're not water lilies, they're lotuses. And they have a variety of colorations, but all of them have this very bright throat that then spreads out into darker and darker petals until the very tips of them look almost like the deepest violet you've ever seen, bordering on black. They absorb so much of this light, the edges of the petals themselves.
Trying to figure out where I put my notes about the flowers I was looking for. I don't think this was them.
Make a history check for me.
Okay.
You think these might be them, but you're not sure.
Okay. I'm going to get closer to them.
Okay.
See if I sense any danger. I'm a little skeptical of the plants here.
If you sense any danger, that's up to you. Based on your passives, anything that you would have sensed, I've described to you already.
Okay.
You can make an herbalism tools check to see if you recognize how or what this is, and if the properties are useful to you. If you do recognize it.
Okay. I got a 15 on the herbalism.
Is this something I can guidance? The tools check.
I'd say because this is more using the fact that she understands how herbalism, it's more of the immediate recognition type of thing. If you were to see her start harvesting, for example, I would say then yes, at that point, when there's a physical indication as opposed to rot recognition. The more you examine these things, the more you think these might be the flowers to which you were directed.
Okay. I want to try to dig one up.
Okay. So they are just on the edge of the water. You don't know how far down the stalk goes. As you approach one of them and start to work on it, this would be the opportunity for guidance, Siegfried. I need you to make an herbalism tools check. There's a scaling DC here. I'm not telling you what it is, but there is degrees of success.
Okay.
As you attempt to harvest this flower.
Are they going to be herbalism check rolls? Okay, cool. All right.
And roll me a d4 on top of that. Noted, Aeolus. Which one is that? Gotcha. All right. Tang, I would like you to roll me 3d4.
Oh yeah, we never told Sam that we have a pet mimic now.
No, not yet.
Yep.
I'm sorry, a what?
No, not yet.
You were scouting. You weren't there. Aeolus is carrying around a box for some reason.
Big metal box with.
So, as you rolled very well. So a total of a 26 for the check. Oh, of course. So as you carefully harvest the parts of this lotus, you collect and add this to your inventory, please. 11 lotus leaves and 2 seeds.
Okay.
I think we should get out of here 10 before the light goes away. Do you have what you need?
Additionally, based on that herbalism check, you recognize that even within moments of harvesting these leaves, the vibrancy, the richness of their petals seems like it fades ever so slightly.
I want to package up some of the soil that I'm pulling these out of.
Well, they do grow in the water. They grow in the water.
Yeah. Can I get you said they were close to shore though. Can I grab like the
Some of the
from
soil of the lake bed?
Yeah.
Fair. Now you're pretty sure that these are the ones that you need. You're not 100%. Like 75%.
Okay.
While Ten is like doing her harvesting stuff, can I do a nature check to see if I like understand what kind of flowers these are?
Sure.
or plants these are. Here it goes. No, I'm just going off 10. I assume they look like lilies.
Yep. Yeah, you're not sure. They're pretty. You're not trained in Arcana, are you?
No, not trained in
Okay.
Arcana.
And you have no indication to use the skill.
Yep.
Ellie's got a +7 on a nature check. Can she do a check?
Sure, and that'll be the last one on it.
Okay.
I assume you're looking at like a different set of these lotuses.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's a lot of them, all scattered about. There's a good number of them. You're sort of staring at. With a 19, few things become immediately sort of sing to you. Just not some things that you recognize about a name of a plant, but more looking at a plant and using what you can see to characterize it. Based on its appearance to others and the specific characteristics it has. The dark coloration, contrary to what some people often believe, might have to do with a subterranean plant of some type, but typically you would find it above ground as much as subterranean caverns. The incredibly bright throat of these gives you belief that they've evolved in such a way that they attempt to attract anything that could help them pollinate at all. There's a very, very faint smell to them, which is sweet and cool at the same time, in a refreshing way that you would imagine it would make a very fine tea if you had knowledge of the process from actual harvesting of plants to proper tea. You would imagine it would make a pretty good one, just based on the smell alone. They grow in water, so you imagine that part of the restrictions of how they grow is having a proper water source based on your appearance, as your view of the lake, sufficient quality. This is not brackish water. This is beautifully crystal clear, probably well filtered over through the soils of the ground around here. But it's about all you're getting on 19.
Okay. I'll relay that to the group, who are very surprised that Helly knows that kind of shit.
I'm like, Helly, you've been reading. That's awesome. So 10, should we look around more? You think we're good?
I would love to get more than 2 seeds. So I want to show them to my party members as to what the seeds look like and see if they can help me harvest a few more of those.
The seeds are quite small. They're larger than you would expect for a normal flower seed. They're about the shape, but about half the size of a pomegranate seed. And incredibly sort of bumpy. These little tiny nodules. And they are of a dark hue, similar to the edges of the petals. Almost black, not quite. Like
And your herbalism kit is based off your wisdom skill, right?
It depends on what you're using it for, Siegfried.
Okay. Oh, never mind. But no, I was seeing if I could help because I technically do have a herbalism kit. So yeah, I would try and help 10 if she directed me on what to look for.
Yeah. Helly would help too. She's also got an herbalism kit that she never uses.
Okay. Aeolus, what are you doing in this instance? I saw you drank your mutagen. Are you still over by the statue?
Seeing everyone's attention turn and the potential of finding something that may be able to be utilized later. Aeolus is going to use the Friend of the Kami charm
Okay.
and cast Speak with Plants.
Good.
And walk over to a patch of these flowers.
Okay.
How far do your roots grow?
The communication back from the lotuses to whom you are addressing doesn't come quite directly as words, but impressions and feelings, and you get the sense of the impression of growing down deep into the soil of the lake and collecting all of the fresh water. Based on the feelings that you get from these plants, maybe about 6 feet, roughly, at most, as long as they get to the soil. And they don't grow out into the lake. They're right on the edge, and you saw earlier that the lake did get rather steep decline, or rather deep rather quickly. It was a sheer lake bed. It was 45 degrees. You muted, Sam.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. Gently inspecting one of these lotus flowers, Aeolus is going to reach out and ask, how can we transport you safely?
The plants don't typically understand the question. They have a context for transport.
Then
is there a way that you can rephrase it? Or
yes.
explain it in a way?
Realizing that he's speaking to a plant and not a creature per se, Aeolus will shake his head and go, how long does it take you to wither and to hibernate?
You get the indication that they can only do anything whilst they have daylight shining upon them.
Okay.
And they wither incredibly quickly. If they are not connected and actively growing or hibernating, but still connected to the ground and the growing process and whatnot.
I will immediately start to explain that.
Yeah, so based on your interpretation, you have a suspicion that the leaves the petals that Tang just harvested, with Siegfried's sort of careful guidance, backseat harvesting, will likely wither within at most a day, if not far quicker. And any potential benefits of them will be lost.
Well, if Aeolus informs with that, I'll just say, well then, Aeolus, can you work on processing the leaves?
You read my mind. And Aeolus is going to take out his herbalism kit and his traveling alchemy supplies and begin to set up a work area. And most of the way through it, he's going to stop and he's going to turn to Tang. Do I have your permission to attempt this with a couple of these flowers?
I nod while I'm continuing to look for seeds.
Now remember, Aeolus, make me a Are you proficient in medicine?
I am not.
Okay, just make me an intelligence check.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
So
Okay.
the one spot that you see that is probably the best to set up anything that is sensitive like this, Aeolus, is actually that small patch of moss or absence of moss that Helleras inadvertently tore up while she was trying to get Dunnan and the pup to sort of calm down a bit. But that means that anything that you set is upon this sort of gravelly, sharp stone structure underneath. It's like crumbled, sharp stone. It doesn't look like it's been turned over by centuries of erosion, but it's just cracked stone. None of them are more than about a cobble in size. But you're able to sort of wedge any of your larger pieces that you need in this space, so that way they don't sort of shift with the moss, because the moss is depressible. So you start setting up your stuff there. Teng, you go to the next patch of lotuses. Make me another herbalism tools check.
Can I guidance her again as well?
Certainly. So 20 total, right?
Yep, I believe so.
Alright, go
Yes.
ahead and roll me a 3d4, Teng. 9. You harvest 9 additional petals and 1 seed during this time. Now, this is not a fast harvesting process. Everything is being incredibly careful about it. So these do take time as you're going through them.
Okay.
Helleras, are you doing anything in particular?
Yeah, just helping to harvest.
Siegfried is already helping harvest, so you can either attempt to harvest things yourself if you're proficient with herbalism tools, or you could be doing something else. But 6 hands trying to do the same thing on one flower is probably a recipe for harm rather than help.
Oh no, she's picked out a different flower.
Okay. Do you have herbalism tools? And are you proficient
Yes.
with them? Fantastic.
I'm proficient in nature, so.
Unless you are proficient
No.
in herbalism tools, you cannot harvest.
Okay. No, I am not. It has a question mark from under pro, so.
Hold on. You have them on your sheet, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Double check your class.
Yeah.
I thought your class was proficient in them.
Yeah. let me see here.
Yeah, in Roll20 there's a question mark there, Kim, because it's like questioning what skill you want to use it with, but it's not
Yeah,
necessarily.
you are proficient with your herbalism kit.
Okay. So, yeah, she'll just try to help that way.
Okay. You can use your wisdom to make an herbalism check.
Okay.
You do not have the benefit of guidance. The first lotus that you attempt to harvest over this time does not go well. These leaves are the petals are far more delicate than you expected. And
Oh, she's got
you
sausage
inadvertently
fingers, so.
swamp part of the flower as you're trying to pluck the seed out of it, and the one seed that you saw sort of tumbles into the water, and you lose sight of it entirely. Did not go well.
Okay, so she's just gonna give up and stand watch because she's nervous
Certainly.
about all the crap going on, everything that could possibly happen.
Okay. Siegfried, while you are offering your guidance here and there to Teng, as she is working on this, your mind is left to wander in the interim. What is it that Siegfried's thinking about in this moment?
Honestly, he's thinking about the gravel. Like the stone we're walking on. He might just be like, while Ten is harvesting, just kind of like towing the gravel around and thinking about like
Well, it's
maybe
underneath
from
the
like
moss.
yeah, like like digging underneath the moss and seeing the stone. Like maybe he went and helped Aeolus move his alchemy set and saw the gravel. But I think you might be just thinking about it from like a miner's perspective, just thinking about like how the stone got the way it was over here.
Sure. Make me a history check. Are you proficient in history?
I am not.
Okay. Your team's proficiency bonus is currently 4, I believe, right? Or is it 3?
Yeah.
It's 4. Okay, so you get double.
Yeah, it is 4. I believe
Okay.
it is 4.
So go ahead and roll me a history check.
Okay.
Okay.
Just
So bearing in mind the nature of how you grew up, not with other Goliaths, but with dwarves.
Yep.
In this instance, I'm allocating the concept that you have double proficiency in at least thinking about the origin of stonework, which is the dwarven trait. Based on that, it definitely gives you pause. You're not quite sure, because even if stuff was underneath this very dense layer of moss, you would imagine that at one point there was soil here for the moss to grow in the first place. And the soil's been washed away, but the bed of moss still remains, and the soil that the moss has sort of clung onto with its roots is present. But you would have expected that as stuff was washed away, the rocks themselves would have eroded over untold centuries, but still eroded, and corners would be soft, not sharp. They wouldn't look like they were cracked and ground up. It looks like, based on what you are observing, it looks like the rubble that's pulled out of some of the mines in carts after some of the teams have been at it with pickaxes. Nothing of value, but it's the refuse of mining that usually ends up getting piled somewhere.
as far as Siegfried understands, this is like the remains of much larger stone dug up somewhere else, but that's just been crumbled down.
Potentially, yeah.
Potentially,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
the only time that you've seen a very large collection of this rubble, excavated rock. Has been when it's piled outside of the mine to just keep stuff away from the entrance.
Yeah.
But
just like a waste pile somewhere.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose a
and
giant
also
pile of
sometimes,
dirt
like-
when you dig up a hole, you have a giant
Yeah.
pile of rock when you dig up a mountain.
And some people actually buy the gravel too, so I imagine it's economical as well. Also, like, he's probably not gonna react that much to that. Like, there might be a mine somewhere. This used to be some kind of settlement, but the second thing he'd probably be thinking of is that he'd like to confirm if this glade or this area is like the product of druidic magic. Like, if the druid that may have left the runes was also responsible for creating this place.
Possible. You don't know.
Okay. That's all I'd be thinking of.
Iolus, you're using your herbalism and alchemist tools, you said, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I would like you to make an alchemist tools check with your intelligence. An herbalism tools check with your wisdom. Okay. In testing, Aeolus, there are a few things that immediately sort of stand out to you. The petals themselves, as you start sort of dissolving it in some of your reagents and whatnot, bear some degree of magical energy. Immediately, you recognize this. The petal that you tested is summarily destroyed. Tang, remove one from your inventory. The seeds are incredibly hard. Despite trying to put one in your mortar and pestle, you are unable to crush it and break it down. it's remarkably dense. You would put it on scale with the hardness of a diamond, although it lacks the brittleness that some diamonds have. It's wild that this is a living thing, or could be a living thing. As far as your herbalism, you're not sure anything beyond that, but they definitely have some type of magical properties to them.
Okay,
Do you have identify?
I do. Yeah, I will cast Identify on the
Okay.
plant.
Can ritual or regular?
Regular.
Okay. So this is the last thing that happens during this next sort of minute of harvesting. And at that point, Tang, you will have finished harvesting. You and Siegfried will have finished harvesting the second lotus. At that point, as you continue to work on this plant, Aeolus, you continue to test more and more reagents. There's some serious magical properties to this. I'm going to add this to your journal. Aeolus, open your journal, go down to magic items, wondrous items, and you should see it listed under T.
Yes.
You can examine that article over the course of this time. As you, during this bit of exploration with your multiple tool sets, start to uncover the various properties of these petals and the seed and the flower overall.
Okay.
Give him a sec to read it. It's a large item.
Aeolus is going to stop Siegfried and Tang. So these are very, very powerful. I would like, and he's going to look to Heli, Dunnan. I would only like Tang and Siegfried to handle the harvesting. These are very delicate. And
Yeah, I gave up.
with the knowledge that he has of what they're able to do, he's going to look to Dunnan, and then he's going to look to Tang and just, I'm so sorry that you have to come all the way out here for properties such as this. And he's going to start describing how the seeds can be transported but are incredibly difficult to grow due to the constant need of sunlight.
Would you like me to just share the handout to everyone?
Yeah.
Okay. The midnight lotus. Flower wilts rapidly upon harvesting and needs an almost constant degree of indirect sunlight to sustain itself while growing and not yet harvested. Once harvested, the petals of this flower lose all magical properties within 24 hours. The duration cannot be extended by any means short of a wish spell. Each flower, when harvested, produces 3d4 petals and 1 seed. To harvest a flower, the collector must succeed on a DC 20 herbalism tools check. For every 5 above the DC, the collector successfully harvests an additional seed. Seeds will not lose their potency to grow over time, but are incredibly difficult to grow due to the need for constant sunlight. They have no inherent properties of their own other than being able to grow a new lotus flower. The petals of the midnight lotus can be chewed individually or brewed into a tea known as the Drops of Midnight, which it requires a Wisdom Herbalism Tools check of DC 20. If the tea is brewed with them, you must use at least 8 petals and will effectively double the number of doses available. The tea loses potency within 1 hour of being brewed and likewise cannot be preserved. Any creature who imbibes a dose, either by eating a single petal or drinking a cup of the Drops of Midnight, becomes subjected to the spell Power Word Heal, and is instantly cured of all poisonous diseases, and any curses upon the individual are broken as if a wish spell had been cast to break the curse.
Break Feeble Mind then?
Pardon?
Will it break Feeble Mind?
I think it might. You have a lot of petals.
I'm gonna whistle for our lovely feeble-minded individual to come over. Good boy.
And,
Ellie will walk him over.
just wave an ale mug in front of her. Here, boy. Here, boy.
It's true, starting to drool.
So who's gonna force feed him a petal?
Put it in the beer.
I'm gonna offer him a petal and mime eating and tell him it's really tasty.
I mean, Dunnan doesn't know what words are, but
Okay, great. I'm just gonna put one in his mouth.
sure. Dunnan, what do you do?
Oh god. Instantly probably bite.
Okay. Make a dexterity save tag.
And I get bit.
Yeah.
No, we can't have multiple people losing parts of their hands.
You managed to avoid getting a particularly gnarly chomp on your fingers, which you realize might also have affected your ability to continue to harvest flowers. Dunnan, as you
Yes.
chew. Okay. The warmth and this sweet like honey but cooling like menthol feeling sort of washes through you. It's sweet and refreshing simultaneously, and the petal feels like it sort of melts in your mouth. And the wave of healing energy that's imbued within these petals washes over you. You regain all of your hit points. You are no longer charmed, frightened, paralyzed, stunned. Those conditions end. Additionally, you are no longer poisoned, diseased in any way. And you have your consciousness back to you. You can remove the penalties to your intelligence and charisma scores as the
Thank
curse upon
God.
you ends.
I go and hug Dunnan. Dunnan, I'm so happy.
You also remember that Tang just whistled to you like a dog.
At least I didn't take your alcohol away.
That wasn't necessary. I just had the weirdest dream. It was just
You were
I was
there.
fed
you
like a
were
dog and I was like barking and
there. That must-
Not a dog. Not a dream.
Seeing what happened to Dunnan, I turned to Helly and I said, Helly, I think you should eat one of these leaves as well.
Helly didn't even dream of it. But sure. She absolutely grabs one and pops it into her mouth. No hesitation.
You gain the likewise benefits, and your vision is cured. Your eyesight returns to you.
Oh, fabulous.
This is crazy,
Takes, takes about a minute to chew each petal and really actually get the effects. Like it's not it's not like drinking a potion, but as you really have to break it down. But yeah, it returns to you over that time. You no longer have disadvantage on perception checks, and somewhere in the world is a hag who knows you just tried to escape from her curse and were successful.
Oh no.
I get to fuck up Peggy. Yes.
Also, I turned to 10. Like, this is astonishing. How'd you even find out about this plant? And your whole village needs this type of healing?
10 is rather quiet and withdrawn, but she nods.
Well, you can explain it to me later. We have only minutes of sunlight left, so let's get back to it.
That's correct, yes.
One more round of harvesting.
One more attempt to harvest, yes.
Okay.
Herbalism tools.
Am I able to help in any way? Just like
19, you are unsuccessful in a harvest.
Yeah.
So, by my count, in total you had harvested 20 leaves. Aeolus used 2 in his testing. 1 initially, and then 1 as part of the identify spell to gather all of his properties. Done an 8-1, Heller asked 8-1, so you have 16 remaining and 3 seeds. Do I have that correct?
That's what I have.
Okay.
And I have some of the soil.
Fine. Part of what botches this attempt is the daylight spell fading. As the glade is returned to a state of rain. As the light fades, the curtains of rain that were upon the glade slowly close back in around you and meet above the head of the statue with this almost thunderclap. Not quite, but there was a bit of a feeling of these 2 walls sort of washing back in together that had been held at bay by the light.
What do you think, 10? Should I try and cast it again? It might not work because of the wild magic, but I do have a few more casts of daylight.
I'd like to get as many seeds as possible.
All right. I will attempt to cast daylight again in the same spot.
Okay. Roll me a D100, please.
Ooh.
24. I know that is a failure, but
Yeah, I think I've gotten 24 before as well.
let me check what kind of failure. Actually, 24 is a random target or area. So, what
Okay.
is the range on daylight?
oh god.
Let me ping it again. Oh, it's right there, 60 feet.
Oh, okay. So, that is probably the best kind of failure you could have hoped for.
Yeah.
In the sense that daylight is a 60-foot range, but effectively casts bright light over a 120-foot radius from whatever origin point you select. And then dim light from an additional 60 from there.
Yeah.
So, it's about more like another about 60 degrees more north than the statue, but the same effect takes hold. The rain pushes back away into the tree line. The lotus rebloom and open their flowers over the course of about 5 minutes. They slowly reopen at the presence of light.
I want to hand Tang a potion.
Tang, before I forget, please update those the petals and seed on your list to Midnight Lotus petal, Midnight Lotus seed, so that way you have a reference for them, as opposed to random seed, random petals. I just didn't want to give you the name earlier.
Okay.
So Aeolus, you're leaving your tools to give Tang a potion, you said?
Yeah, I'll turn to Hellerast and ask her to watch my makeshift workshop, and I'm gonna reach in my bag and pull out the potion of heroism. I think you should take this. I think it may help.
What does it do?
If I remember correctly, the potion of heroism gives you less.
Isn't that just attack and save throws?
It is, yes.
Oh, is it? I
Yes.
thought it was
Yeah,
all checks.
yeah, I don't think it applies to skills.
Oh. Well, Aeolus would still hand it to her anyway, because he was told by the group who identified it that it would help him, and he thinks that it is important to hand it to her.
Okay.
Who did you hand it to?
To 10.
Tang.
To 10. Okay.
I'm not taking it.
You select another patch of lotuses
Mhm.
near where Helaras was working previously.
Yep, and I'm just on guidance duty.
Go ahead. About 10 minutes of time go by for this attempt. Dunnan, the pup. What are the two of you doing now that your consciousness has been returned to you?
Well, Donna is wondering why his belly is so sloshy. Yeah.
Kelly,
Well,
it's,
exactly.
Kelly will
Did you
explain
guys
everything
fill me
to
up?
him.
I need herbalism tools, please. Tang. What do you say, Helaras?
I was just going to say, she's just going to untie him from her and explain the whole thing to him.
Okay.
While everybody else is harvesting and playing with the plants.
Tang, it was a particularly younger lotus than you were expecting, and you weren't able to get as many petals. So you gained 4 petals, but you did beat the DC by one degree of 5. So you get 2 seeds and 4 petals from this instance.
Okay.
So go ahead. Were you about to say something?
Me?
Yeah.
I said okay.
Oh, okay.
Alright, I'll-
During this time, as you're working, Helaras is explaining to Dunnan what went on. Aeolus, I presume you probably went back to testing with your alchemical things to see if any of this can be used in any of your reagents and tinctures and mutagens and whatnot, correct?
Yep.
No problem. As you're about to start on your next batch of lotuses, Tang, roll me a d6, please. Okay. This has... Does a 27 hit you?
That absolutely hits me.
As you sort of stand up, stretch, and start looking around and talking to Siegfried about the whichever one looks good to work on next, especially based on the fact that you now realize maybe what like a younger one that doesn't have as much high yield of petals looks like. And you're just discussing this with him at the moment. You are winged, literally, by an arrow, and a voice echoes throughout the glade. Oh, dare steal from my god. You take 6 points of piercing and 10 points of poison damage as after the arrow hits, there's this painful pulse that radiates through your wing and up into your body. I'm going to move the group of you to a map and then ask you to roll into initiative.
How much damage did I take?
16 total.
Okay.
That token looks nice.
Thank you.
Oh, that's badass.
And I think here is also a good moment for our mid-session break
Uh-oh.
after we get our initiative organized. Dunnan, you're currently bound to the pup. Your tokens are tied together.
Oh. Okay, because I can't click on Dunham.
I can ungroup you.
That's...
Yeah. You're ungrouped. You should be able to now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just stand next to it.
Yeah.
Checks out.
Okay, so we have Tang, Aeolus, Cellerast, It.
Well, we have 24, 22, 21, 20, 19, and a 3. Awesome.
Wow, yeah. Big gap there. Okay.
Big. Yeah.
I'm gonna
big roll.
rebind your token to the pup.
Was it like a short rest for the pup as well? I mean, we were like, I don't know how long we were.
I would say, yeah, the pup can absolutely get a short rest there.
How do I roll a short rest for the pup? Like,
no, you could just set
just
the pup back to full. That's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Too bad it doesn't scale.
Alright, so we are at 17. Let's do our mid-session break, the 25.
Yep,
Okay.
sounds good.
Everyone
I'll
can
be here.
look at my token and be afraid.
Nah, we're good, guys.
getting back into it, I think firstly, this one is far too quiet. That's better. So Teng, you've just been struck by this arrow, embedding itself in one of your wings as you returned, looking at some of the lotus flowers along the lake. You turn. Some of you do not get the surprise condition. Who of those are you? So Teng,
I can't get
I
surprised.
believe it's Teng and Aeolus do not gain surprise because alert, correct?
Correct.
Alright. So, Teng, you may action normally. As you wheel about the pain, you feel the arrowhead grinding against one of the bones in your wing. As you turn, it's still there, embedded in you, but you turn and realize what this is. There is a monstrously large individual holding the bow, and as you gaze out this individual, you see the coiling hair and an expression of anger upon her face. You feel fear. What are you doing?
I am snapping off the arrow that's in my wing.
Mhm.
And I am going to assume that I can't talk her down since I just destroyed a lot of her flowers. So I will be aiming my staff at her and casting Lightning Strike using the staff.
Alright. Lightning Strike is bolts of lightning, correct?
It says it's a line 5 feet wide and 120 feet long. They must make a DC 15 dexterity saving throw, taking 66 lightning damage on a failed save or half as much damage on a successful one.
She got a 19, so I believe half damage of 6d6.
Mm-hmm.
So, 9. As the beam of lightning sort of rips through the ground, tearing up the moss until it finds the destination. She's already shifted slightly. You just sort of graze, or you can see some of the hair that is live snakes turn and shift, and you hear the low sounds of hissing and this cacophonous rattling sound filling the space as she's slithered to the side. Anything else?
As my bonus action, I want to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Cure Wounds is an action.
Oh.
Healing Word is a bonus action.
I will cast Healing Word on myself then.
Certainly. Roll me a d100.
Do I have to roll for that identify spell earlier?
I should have made you roll for it, but I neglected it at the point. It's fine. 89. Spell functions normally, and you do not expend that first level spell slot.
Nice.
So you just get the healing for free. Okay. Anything else? Staying put?
I am staying put right where I am.
Wonderful. At the end of your turn, she is going to use a legendary action based on what has just happened. As the group of you watch, her skin takes on a gray pallor, as if she turned herself into a statue. That's it. She's still moving around and everything, but she now looks like a moving and living statue. Aeolus, around to you.
Am I correct in guessing that knowledge and records of this creature wouldn't be widely known?
Make a history check. Your DC is 22.
Okay.
You are correct.
Then
You do not know what
exact-
this individual is.
Not knowing what the creature is, being familiar with everything that they have been attacked with so far, my bonus action, I'm going to drink the potion of heroism,
Certainly.
and I am going to.
How? Sorry, did you have more than one potion of heroism?
I thought you said that.
You didn't take it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought. Okay, sorry.
Oh, was the you don't take it as in you're not drinking it type of?
I wasn't drinking it.
Oh, okay. Then that's perfectly fine.
So Tang has
Sorry.
the potion.
Cool. Aeolus is then going to attempt Blood Curse of the Binding as he rushes
It's
up.
too far away. Range is 30 feet on that, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yep, just within range. Okay, that's a
And-
strength saving throw.
Yep, and it is DC 17.
17. Nope. There it is. She is going to use the legendary resistance on that.
Okay. And Aeolus will grab his sheath blade and will hold his action for if she comes within striking distance.
Okay, so you have a held attack, correct?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. At the end of your turn, she is going to use a legendary action to slither her speed up to her speed, pardon me, and she will move to there. Actually, there. A little far. That'll bring us to Hellerest.
Aren't we surprised?
Hellerest.
Oh, yeah.
That's correct. My mistake. Hellerest. Your surprise condition ends. At the end of your turn, we will use a legendary action. Aeolus, you have a held action. As part of her tail swings around and starts to constrict you. Or tries to constrict you. You can make your attacks. Crit hits, 18 points. Solid. Doesn't seem like it does as much as you were hoping, based on her gray pallor of the skin. 17 just hits.
Oh.
As the tail coils around you, that is a 22 to hit.
That hit.
You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage. Because you're large or smaller, you are grappled. And while you are grappled, you are restrained, and she cannot constrict anyone else.
Okay.
Her turn. Okay. At the start of her turn, she is going to make a scimitar attack against you as she comes closer. And she is going to have, as she moves and swings this scimitar that she's drawn, the bow in her other hand, the locks of snakes swipe out and bite at you wildly as well.
Armor class is 15.
Awesome. Alright, so the snake hair gets a 27 to hit you.
Yep.
One scimitar attack, because you are restrained, is a 23, and the second one is a 21, both at advantage.
All right.
So the scimitar is 9 and 6 for 15 total. Are you resistant to poison damage or immune to poison damage?
I am immune.
Okay, so you do not take the poison damage from the snake hair, which would have been 19. You do take the 8 points of piercing.
Okay.
That'll then bring us to Siegfried. Your surprise condition ends. Dunnan's surprise condition ends. 10, top of the round. Aeolus has charged forward valiantly and taken a lot of damage for it.
Yeah. I'm not
used to it.
surprised.
Well, yeah,
I am
because you have
going.
alert, obviously.
I'm going to move forward in an attempt to keep Aeolus alive. And I'm going to cast Healing Word.
Okay.
Gotta roll my D100 first.
Yes, please.
Oh,
Is that random?
probably.
Go ahead and roll Healing Word. So it's not random, but that's the reflect upon yourself thing, but it's actually a beneficial spell this time. So you get
Cool.
the healing, but Aeolus doesn't.
I'm sorry. Okay, and then I still have my action.
Yes.
So I am going to do Sacred Flame on the creature.
Certainly. So that's a dex save. She rolled a 26. Very nimble individual you gather. Between the bolt of lightning and now Sacred Flame, you gotta. She's quick. Alright. Anything else, Tang? Alright.
Just want to shout to Aeolus to hang in there.
Alright. That brings us to Aeolus. At the start of your turn, you're within 30 feet of my Medusa. You can either avert your eyes or make a con save.
I feel like Aeolus would be smart enough in this moment. Or, no, actually, Aeolus is headstrong. He's staring this creature right in the face.
Make me a Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
Okay. As you stare down this creature, her eyes have this glowing gold property to them. And you lose yourself in them for a moment as you're held there by her tail. You feel your limbs begin to lock up. Even if the tail leaves, you are now restrained, and you repeat save on your next turn.
Okay. Do I still have my action?
You do, yeah.
Alright, feeling my body lock up, Aeolus is just going to grit his teeth, and he's going to bite down on his tongue and say, "If I'm staying, so are you." And is going to amplify Blood Curse of the Binding again.
Certainly. Strength save. 19. That's your bonus, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Aeolus is going to use the open wounds on his hands. And is going to... And he's going to attempt to channel... Oh, I can't do that. That's a bonus action. I'm just going to try to strike her.
Yeah, go for it.
So these would be at disadvantage.
Disadvantage, correct. Hmm. 17 still hits. Some of the snakes bite your arm as you go for it, but you don't care about them. You're immune to anything that they could do anyway. 17 for 11 points. Takes some of that damage. The gray pallor of her entire form is definitely throwing you. You can tell it feels like you're being gripped by someone made out of stone.
Does this remind him of Siegfried's stone skin?
Seems remarkably like that.
Okay.
Although, as you notice, she does not seem to blanch in any type of way as you are damaging her.
Okay.
All
right, that's my turn.
Fantastic.
I'm hugging.
At the end of your turn, she is going to use... Let's see. She's going to use a legendary action. Yeah. Need to check the token. And adjust the color. As you strike at her, she sort of gazes at you. You're mine. We'll make a fine bed for future growth. With what appears to be some type of visible internal effort, she shrugs, and this sphere of energy radiates around her and then solidifies into this slowly oscillating dome of magical energy.
You had me at, you're going to make a fine bed, and then you add the growth part. That's just weird.
That brings us to Hellerest.
Okay. Hellerast is gonna react a little bit, maybe rationally, maybe not. Figures there's nothing to lose.
Yeah.
And she's going to use the Tempest Griffin Bracers.
Sure.
Call upon them, and she's going to end up
You gotta end
right here behind.
Yeah, you have to end
Old
next
Medusa?
to one of your targets. So back here.
Yep.
Okay.
And whack at her with the Soul Steel Mitigator.
Sure, go for it. I'll say you have advantage on there. So you hit already. You're looking good.
And
roll another d20 just to see if you crit.
okay. No.
No crit. Okay. So. All right. Despite the fact that you wield a weapon that is magically enchanted, and that she does seem to be resisting your basic weapon attacks based on this form that she has. Anything else, Hellerest? You still have a bonus and all of your movement.
Okay. Bonus.
Sorry,
Colin
Tempest
Corin?
Griffin Bracers have an additional effect. Can you put the Tempest Griffin Bracers into chat, please? They have a rider on there. So you deal an extra 2d8 lightning damage on a hit.
Okay, great. Okay, so
So an extra 8 points of damage, extra 9 points of damage. Pardon me.
Nice. Okay.
She does not seem to resist that. She did the other.
Okay. So gonna pull Corin.
Certainly. You can go ahead and pull Corin out within 15 feet of you. Get her all set up. Right. Then, at the end of your turn, she's going to use her last legendary action, and swing around. Used 1 or 2 so far. She cast this.
2.
She used 2 so
She's
far.
used 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's going to swing around and make a scimitar attack at you.
Okay.
Put my scimitar on the sheet. Oh god. I rolled double crits. It's a crit to hit you. 10 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Additionally, are you immune to poison?
I think my constitution is really high, but I don't know if I'm immune.
No, it wouldn't have to do with your constitution. I don't believe you are. Aeolus is because of its class. So
Yeah, no.
The hit with the Solace Steel Mitigator, as you
Mhm.
retract your arm and she spins around, the snakes, because you are within 5 feet of her, get bites at you. And you take, I can put it in my chat. You take 7 points of poison damage from these small bites that they deal to you as you are close to her and hit her.
Okay.
So a total of 17.
No worries.
And then we come to her turn. She's got all of her stuff set up. She is going to move, dragging Aeolus. Hello, Ass, you have an opportunity attack if you would so care to take one.
Oh, hell yeah. Soul Steel Mitigator again. Well, actually, can I take any kind of attack?
Well, that's the weapon that you have out.
Okay, but it's got to be a melee weapon.
Melee attack, yes.
Okay.
Unless you have Warcaster, in which case you can make a spell attack.
No, I'm just gonna go ahead and hit the Soul Steel just
20
to see.
22 does hit, so you deal 4 and 5, 9 damage to her, and she deals 10 poison damage to you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not enough. Okay. So she's moving to there. And she is going to make her attack action as she drops this the scimitar. You see it has this fabric on it that's wrapped around one of her arms. She just lets the scimitar go and it holds it there as she draws her bow and fires 3 shots. One at you, Hellerast, one at Teng, and one at Siegfried. Hellerast, 18.
Yeah.
You take 15 points total, 7 piercing, 8 poison.
Okay.
Teng, 14 to hit you, I believe misses.
Misses.
And then Siegfried, 19 to hit you.
It hits, but I'm going to also Stone's Endurance. after I
Noted.
take
Okay,
it.
so it's 7 piercing and 6 poison, and you can reduce it from that. So 13 total, and you can reduce that. And that'll bring us to your turn after that.
So I take 6 points of damage, I believe.
Yes,
And it is my turn.
that it is.
Um,
And on note, because it's not your turn, you're not surprised and everything. You heard what was said to Aeolus. It gives you
Yeah.
thought as to what all of the gravel everywhere in this glade might
Yep.
actually be.
exactly. Not sure I'm want to cast a big spell in case it rebounds and I waste my turn. It's a bonus action to quaff a potion that you have on you, right?
Correct, yes. Bonus to drink yourself, action to administer to someone else.
Okay, so I want to drink the potion of invulnerability I have.
Ooh, that's resistance to everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it, man.
With my bonus action,
Why
I want
not?
to drink that potion of invulnerability, and then with my action, I want to use my wild shape to turn into a dire wolf.
Dire wolf. Okay.
I mean, whatever the big wolf. I forget what it's called. Let me look.
What's your CR that you're allowed to?
I think I can do CR1 creatures now.
Yep.
I had a list, but I closed creatures that I wanted
No,
to change.
dire wolf is the CR1.
Okay, yeah, all right, yeah, I'm gonna turn into a dire wolf.
Okay. Let me read stuff. Wild shape. So I think the wolf token that we have for you is the 1/4 one. So let me.
I believe that was the first wild shape I ever did.
Okay, let me get a quick. Because you have max level wild shape at this point, right? Ignore the token that's about to show up on the map.
Yeah. I have the highest wild shape I can get without being moon druid
Yeah.
currently.
Alright, so put this here. I'm going to delete your other wolf token. Or your other wolf, the basic wolf, because there's no reason to hold a CR 1/4, I guess.
Yep. And the other ones are more utility.
Yeah.
The spider and
then let me grab a wolf token.
I thought I would have to turn into an octopus in this fight. Went in a different direction.
I believe a dire wolf is large. It is. Okay. They have AC. Oh, HP 37. See there. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure you guys can see everything.
Yep, no worries.
Siegfried. And you control that token that's on the bottom of the map.
Let me check. Yep, it appears I can control it.
Okay.
I see the HP and it's 14 AC.
Oh yeah, 14 AC, 37 hit points, and if you shift double click, you should be able to open the sheet, which is now in your journal.
Awesome. I'm just gonna move Siegfried to the side. Yeah, and I'll. Okay. I think that's where it was.
I'm just gonna put you in the lake for now.
Okay.
I think you were right there.
Yeah.
But
and my movement is 30, so I can get about here.
Yep. Yeah, and I would recommend picking up the token and then doing the click to measure, because adjusting your measurement to measure from the corners, not from the center, because the corner is now the center of your token. So
yeah,
you can move
that makes
30 from one apex to another apex.
Okay.
But that's action, bonus, and movement, correct?
Yep, that's everything I can do.
Okay. And that's potion of invulnerability, I believe, lasts a minute, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna add that to our
Let me just double check. For 1 minute after you drink this potion, you have resistance to all damage.
I'm adding that to a tracker. Okay. Alright, that brings us to Dunnan. / Papa.
Finally. So, turning around, Dunnan sees that Aeolus is in deep shit again. He turns to the pup. Alright, pup. It's time for us to see Violas again, and the pup is gonna dash over to the I don't know, Medusa or whatever you wanna
Yeah.
call it for now.
No, that's fine.
And while riding, he's gonna quaff a potion,
Okay.
and he's gonna drink the potion of speed.
Ooh.
And while
That's the
after quaffing,
non-concentration haste, correct?
yeah, yes, while riding, he's gonna start swinging the hammer over his head, like sword style. And before reaching the Medusa, is gonna throw it when he's in 20 feet range.
Okay.
Yep.
Alright, so, pup, what's the
I-
pup speed? 40?
50. So he's gonna dash over there.
So 50.
It should be
Charging
able to
over.
reach.
Easy,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Alright, so
first
first
attack.
one is at range.
15 miss
15.
attack. Okay.
Yeah, does not hit. You can toggle off advantage.
Oh, yeah.
Or disadvantage.
Do I get now 3 attacks with haste?
Yes, so the haste gives you an additional action, and if that action is spent, it's restricted to what you can spend it on. And when it is
Yeah.
spent on the attack action, you only get to make one. You don't get to do
Alright.
extra.
I
Attack.
get
So
2
two
more, so he's gonna doing more, 1 more. Jesus.
19 does hit, so that's 16 points of damage.
I'm gonna
um,
smite the bitch.
Certainly. Caveat though is you also get bit by snakes.
Doesn't matter.
10 points of poison damage to you.
So 5.
Yeah, because you resist it. But that's still
Yes.
damage. I'm still happy with it.
He's gonna take it.
So that was
Yeah.
a second level smite, you said?
Yes. And I'm gonna use my channel divinity on that. So it's a 22 to hit.
22. Also hits.
And I'm gonna smite again.
14 points. Nice.
Let the Olas go. That's it.
Alright. That will then bring us to Teng. We're at the end of Dunnan and the pup's turn. He's going to use
What?
a legendary
Solo?
action.
Or
Pardon?
wait a little bit and they're closing the door.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Um,
I thought I was off.
oh, good. She is going to use legendary action to make a scimitar attack. Which, no. Yeah, no, she's going to use a scimitar attack on you, Aeolus.
Let's go.
With advantage, that's a 28 to hit you. 9 points of
Maybe.
slashing.
Ow.
Now we come to Teng.
Wait, I hit her in return because of Sentinel.
Sir.
God damn it.
No, you do not.
Nope.
No. Now Dunnan just looks like the scariest centaur ever.
Oh, God.
Alright, Teng, what'll it be? You are 35 feet away from her.
I'm going to call out healing word again,
Okay.
and hopefully this time it works.
To whom, Aeolus?
Yes.
Certainly. Roll me.
Who else would I be healing?
I don't know. That's a good point, though.
Damn it.
Okay. Enjoy the healing on yourself, but I don't think you need it anymore.
I don't. I don't even need to roll it because I don't know.
Oh, good. You do still spend the spell slot, though. You still have movement in action.
But I can't use a damaging spell, correct?
You can't use another leveled spell.
Okay.
You can
Then
totally use a
I
damaging
will-
spell. But
Yeah, I'm gonna use Toll the Dead.
Told the Dead, that's a wisdom save.
Yeah, I learned my lesson.
Yes. Alright, she rolled a natural 20 on that one.
Damn it!
I'm sorry. Better that than a hit and then an attack roll. Tang, are you saying put where you are? Are you getting closer, moving further away, strafing?
I'm gonna take flight.
Okay, sounds good. Just decide how much up and add that many squares of pips, and we'll come to Aeolus's turn. Aeolus! Thank you. Let me double check. The effect ends.
Okay.
Would you like to avert your gaze?
I've learned my lesson, yes.
Okay. You currently are not looking at her.
Aeolus is going to shut his eyes and squeeze them as tightly as he can, and will just call out, "You want to go for a ride?" And is going to try to cast Levitate on the Medusa.
Sure. Okay. That's a con save, I believe.
Let me pull it up. Oh boy.
Con save. Target weighs up to 500 pounds. Okay. You gather, based on attempting to do so, her full form is too great for you to levitate.
Okay. I will then bonus action activate a Crimson Ray.
Yeah, go for it.
Just sorry, Spencer. It's not letting me select the wing icon.
Really?
I can select other things. I just can't click the flight one.
If you don't click on it and just type a number while hovering over it, you should be able to.
Okay.
How high up did you want to go?
15 feet.
15 feet? Okay. There you go.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Aeolus hurts himself. Well done. That was your action for levitate.
And my bonus action for my blood right.
Awesome. Anything else?
That's it.
Alright, wonderful. At the end of your turn, she is going to use another legendary action. Aeolus, you are no longer constricted.
Okay.
She's going to constrict Dunnan.
Oh no.
You can try.
Dunnan, 26 to hit you.
No.
You take,
How much does it hit? Oh, is it over your AC, Dunnan?
6.
6.
Yeah. Even if you roll a 6, I think it'll drop it to 20, and I believe that was to hit you, right, Dunnan?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
It's,
never mind.
no, it's 20 is the AC.
Alright, so you take 8 points of bludgeoning damage, and now you are grappled and restrained.
I hate snakes.
And she turns her attention to you. Hellarest. You are within 30 feet of her. Oh, you are not. You are 35 feet away. Okay. Never mind. Continue. What'll it be, Hellarest? You're muted. Oh, no, you're not. You're good. Kim?
Okay.
No.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna do guiding bolt.
Sure.
Oh no, I'm
so-
sorry. I have +2. Sorry, I have +2 to AC because I'm hasted, and I have advantage on dexterity saving throws. So you could roll
Yeah.
for whatever you were doing, secretly, but I don't think.
No,
it's
no,
worth-
I think it's okay. I'm gonna hold on to them.
Yeah. Sorry.
Alright, so you adjust up to there, Hellarest, climb the stairs, get on this
Yep,
upper level.
climb
It's
the
only
stair,
about 5 feet higher.
Get a straight shot. Okay, I'm just gonna go this way. Because she doesn't want to hit anybody done with it, and just gonna try guiding bolt
Certainly. Go for it.
at a level 3.
Level 3. Fantastic. Roll me a d100, please. 62. Functions normally, but not with a natural 1. It doesn't. Bolt goes wide as she turned and suddenly coiled up around Dunnan. There was that moment of panic of accidentally hitting your companion. Causes the instinctive miss. That goes awry. Anything else, Hellerest?
Just sending Corin as close as possible so she can go another 15 feet.
No, her movement, you can move Corin, I believe, 30. It's 20 or 30.
30.
It's just when you
Okay.
conjure her, she has to be conjured within 15 feet of you.
Within 15 feet. Okay, so she's just going to move as close as possible. That would be there.
Certainly. Are you trained in Arcana, Hellerest?
No.
Okay. Nothing that you recognize immediately then. That'll bring us to her turn. You stealing from my garden. You do not have the right to take what I cultivate. She is going to make 2 scimitar and a snake hair attack against you, Dunnan.
Cool.
Alright. Scimitar, you are restrained, so it's a 26, a 20, which I believe misses, and an 18,
Yes.
which also misses.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
8 points total.
Dunnan gives you like some kisses, so it's just a tickle.
Siegfried,
That's it.
make me a Constitution saving throw. Using,
I get to do that with mine or the.
So are you yourself proficient in con saves?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so roll a con save using the wolf's stat, but your proficiency bonus on top of it.
Okay.
Because you retain your proficiency, but the constitution is based on the dire wolf.
So I think it's a plus. It's just a +4 on top of it, correct?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
So
So it's
14.
14, right?
Yep.
Okay. It's not an advantage.
Okay.
Starting so close to the Medusa, as she's gazing out around and surveilling you, your eyes lock for a moment, and this is your first instance of having to deal with this. This is why I asked for it. And Aeolus did not call anything else out. He had the opportunity to don't look at her, instead he just shut his eyes. The form that you are in seizes up for a moment. You are currently restrained, and you can repeat the save on your subsequent turn, at the start of your turn. But you realize gazing at her is not good. Will it be?
I just have to make the check again because I can't move.
Okay. Nothing else you want to do? You can / want to do with your action or bonus?
Well, if I don't really, if I'm restrained, I can't cast magic.
Well, you're in wild
I
shape,
can't-
so you can't.
Yeah, I can drop it, but it's not really gonna. Then I'm just gonna be in Siegfried, dropped and can't moving. So
Makes sense. Okay.
I'm just gonna make a con save.
Gotcha. All right. At the end of your turn, she is going to spend 2 legendary actions for this round.
That is a 22 this time.
You don't repeat the save now. You repeat it at the start of your next turn.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. All good.
Yeah.
She's going to spend 2 of her legendary actions, because she now has Dunnan coiled, to force you to meet her gaze, Dunnan.
What?
I would like you to make me a Constitution saving throw, as she pulls you to eye level. You pass, as these golden eyes are staring in at you. Feel the coils tightening around you.
Bemordins Bosi Ragli. That's
Your
it.
turn. What'll it be?
Right. And he'll say, feel the power of the ale. And he's gonna cast Spirit Shroud. So I roll a d100, I guess.
Yes, please. 85. Functions normally. You good?
Okay. And then I'm gonna hit the bitch.
I'm assuming you choose Radiant, correct?
Can I?
It's Radiant, Necrotic, or Cold.
Let's go for Necrotic.
Sure, okay. So it's an extra D8 whenever you hit.
Yep. 1 attack.
You are restrained. You're at disadvantage.
Oh. Ugh.
Alright, so a 24 and a 15, that misses. Second attack.
I guess
27
that hit.
hits.
I'm gonna level 3 smiter.
That's 13. 6 and 14, so 20 points total, plus a D8. Roll me a D8, please.
Oh, yeah. The last attack
6.
misses.
Noted. And that is enough to actually force her to have to make a con save. Which she succeeds on. Concentration maintained on her globe.
Yeah,
Can I try and woe her on her concentration, even though I don't know?
Make me a perception check.
That would be through Siegfried, I think.
Siegfried, yeah. You retain all of your mental stuff. DC. Hold on, I want to set.
We got a nat 20.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can certainly attempt to do so. You don't know what her bonus is. You do not know what she rolled, but you can attempt to. That reduces her check to a 16 from 18, which is still successful.
Okay.
Because the DC was 13, she took 26 points of damage.
Makes sense.
Good looking out though. Like if you
Oh,
can break
yes.
concentration, that's good. Anything else done?
Nope.
All right.
Can
That'll
the
bring us
I'll
to
take a bite.
the pup. Sure.
Mm.
Oh, you hit her once. You take poison damage. You take 1 point of poison damage. Done. What's your Constitution save bonus?
+9.
Okay. I'm not gonna break concentration. Pup misses
Oh,
terribly.
that's wide. Yeah.
All right.
How many damage? Sorry.
One.
much?
You take 1 point.
Okay.
Not enough to break your concentration on Spirit Shroud.
That is it.
Because you have a +9 already. That will bring us to Teng with Aeolus on deck. She has 1 legendary action remaining for the round.
All right. I am saying maybe bigger is better and using mass healing word.
Lovely. Where would you like to... So Mass Healing Word is just from you, right? It's anything within 60 feet of you.
It is up to 6, creatures of my choice that I can see within range.
Right. Your entire party is within 60 feet, so...
Yeah. Great. Roll 1d100.
Yes, please.
The spells rebounded back to you, and you heal all these hit points.
93. Went the other direction. Spell functions normally, and the spell slot is not consumed.
Nice.
I'd like you to go ahead and roll me Mass Healing Word amount before we move on. 12. 10. What does Mass Healing Word look like as you send the magic out to your companions?
I hold my holy item, my amulet of devotion, in one of my claws and mutter some words under my breath with one hand extended, and the amulet glows And then each of my party members that I'm healing gets a faint glow.
As the glow surrounds Siegfried, Hellerast, even yourself, there's a glow around the globe of energy. Not Dunnan, the pup, or Aeolus. Your spell is not of sufficient level to be able to pass into this space and affect anything with inside.
Dang. Shit.
Well, at least Helly heals.
Anti-magic aura or what?
No, Matt,
Really appreciates
You-
it deeply.
you've been able to successfully cast a spell, Dunnan. It seems like there's just an inside-outside type of barrier.
Cool. Should something have happened?
No.
Aeolus, we gave you a bunch of healing potions just for a situation like this.
Does he have them, though? I'm pretty sure he's been using them to season his food.
I'm going to, as my
Everything go up
action,
with this alcohol.
wait, was that a bonus action? Or an action?
Matt's only was bonus, so you can move.
Great,
Yeah,
awesome. I'm
action.
casting Toll the Dead to see if a combat spell will go through, because it's sound based.
As you release the cantrip and the energy, you realize she's not being affected by any magic from outside this globe. She is entirely invulnerable whilst within it.
Okay, I'm starting to fly towards the globe.
Noted. That's it. Come in close. That's fine.
It's gonna be great.
That's real fun when you petrify someone who's flying.
Oh no.
That brings
Well,
us
it's okay.
to...
I have cloud kept armor, so fall damage is not as scary.
Okay. Well, she's not going to use legendary yet. Around you, Aeolus. You're not restrained anymore, Aeolus, so you can act normally.
So,
Would you like to avert your gaze?
no.
Make me a con save.
No, of course not.
You succeed. Especially
Aeolus-
with Dunnan's aura that's currently present,
Yeah.
but...
+5.
Aeolus, hearing Tannen shout should something have happened, he's going to open his eyes and will look around and see Ten flying, and will shout out, "Do not look at her." And Aeolus is going to attempt to strike at her eyes.
Certainly.
I'm gonna attempt to move over here, maybe flanking, maybe not.
If Dunnan's restrained right now, I would make the ruling that you're not getting the benefit of it.
Okay.
Because to her, Dunnan is not a threat. Both of those hit her. You do get some damage in here. The cold is from your right, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So it is 6 and 5 for 11, and 6 and 3 for 9. Neither of which is enough to proper a con save for her concentration.
Okay. And Aeolus will see that she's focused on Tannen, and will shout out, "Oh, what's the matter? You don't want to play with me anymore?" And that's it.
Okay. That'll bring us to Hellerast. You heard Aeolus's exclamation. Are you averting your gaze? You are now within 30 feet of her. If you're speaking, Kim, we can't hear you.
You may have stepped away.
Oh, she just
Oh,
moved
shit.
her token.
Okay.
No.
Yeah,
averting
she's
your
gonna
gaze?
try to get into the circle.
Are you averting your gaze? That
I am
happens.
averting my gaze, but I'm keeping track of her. I'm like looking at her ass,
Oh,
but
okay.
avoiding her face.
Alright, if you are averting your gaze, you are effectively blinded to her, regardless of how you're flavoring it. You are effectively blind.
Okay, so I'm not
At least
averting
her.
my gaze. I'm not averting my gaze,
Okay. Then
but
make
I'm
a
looking
con
at
save.
the bottom of it. A con save. Okay.
You have a good bonus. Yep, 21. You
Yeah.
succeed.
Okay.
So you are not
And
restrained.
then I am going to get into the circle and cast Blight.
Blight. Lovely.
Blight.
Okay. As you rush in and cast Blight. Good damage. I would like you to make me a D100 roll.
Mm-hmm. No, shit.
Ooh.
Oh, shit.
Can I
would
just
like you to roll me a D4, please.
can I just interject and say how wonderful would it be if Elorest was the one that killed Aeolus?
If you were number 1, I'd like you to roll me a Constitution save, Aeolus.
Yeah. Woohoo!
No. Oh, fuck. Oh, my God.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
oh, that's great.
No. Oh, he's fine.
Oh, good.
You take
Oh,
half
thank
damage
God.
on Blight, correct? Spells ineffective. Blah, blah. Failed save half as much on a successful one. So half of 34.
I'm still dead.
17.
Oh, shit.
Still down.
Oh, my God.
And then the Ghost Lantern picks me back up.
Well, you're stabilizes you, I believe.
Yeah.
So you're at 0, not dying, and unconscious. So
Okay.
as you release the Blight, you see the wave of magic undulate and shift it ever so slightly to the side, and before you can cut off the magic, the flow from you, it drops Aeolus to the ground.
Oh, my God.
I love it. So great.
All right. Anything else, Helarast?
My bonus, I'm just going to have Corin take
Yeah.
a stab.
Go for it. Ooh. Really low roll for Corin. She usually feels good.
Mm-hmm.
That 13 does not hit.
Okay.
All right.
That's my turn.
End of your turn. She is going to use her last legendary action. And realize that a spell was cast towards her from the new entrant to her circle. Look at the recipient. Swing her arm out to the side and just drop the scimitar with her hand clutching the hilt towards Aeolus's body. 22. That hits you, Aeolus?
Yep.
Auto crit. 2 failed death saves.
Let's go.
Double check the Ghost Lantern. Does it automatically stabilize you when you drop to 0?
If you fall unconscious within 10 feet, it emerges and stabilizes you.
Alright. You are now dying, and you are
Yep.
rolling death saves.
Yep.
Her turn.
Let's go.
She is going to use her snake hair attack on Dunnan. Dunnan, a 27 to hit you. Because
I guess that
advantage
hits
thanks to
too.
resist. I believe
guess
you
that
resist
hit.
poison though, right? I'm also mentioning 27 because I know Sacred has reactions to affect things. So it is 7 points of piercing damage and then 22 poison, which is then halved to 11. So a total
18.
of, yes, 18, and that is not enough to trigger a con save for your
Nope.
Spirit Shroud.
One too low.
Gotcha, Siegfried. Oh, you're right after her. That makes sense. Scimitar attack, 1 on Corin and 1 on the pup. Corin is a 14 to hit. I don't believe.
Hell no.
And,
Nope.
And she doesn't deal enough damage to break Corin. 21 on the pup.
Yes.
7 points to the pup.
I.
Urf. That'll bring us to Siegfried.
Okay. Am I still restrained or no?
You start your turn making the save to see if you remain,
Okay.
or sorry, if it progresses and gets worse.
So that's +4. It's 21.
Where's your +4 coming? Oh,
Because you said I used my
that's your
secret
proficiency.
proficiency.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good. Because a 17 would have failed and you would have been petrified. So you resist that effect. Now
Okay.
you choose: do you avert your gaze? If
Yeah,
not,
yeah,
you need to make a save.
I choose to avert my gaze, and does that stop me from getting close to Aeolus?
No, it does not.
Okay.
You are when you are averting your gaze from her, you are effectively blind
Okay.
regarding her position.
Yeah. Yeah. At this point, I'm gonna run over to Aeolus. I'm just going to drop out of Wild Shape because that doesn't really matter anymore.
Is that an action or a bonus for you to do? I'm not sure.
I think I can just drop Wild Shape. I'm pretty sure.
But Moon
let me know.
Druids can just drop it. Like,
Moon Druids can cast it with the bonus action.
yeah, they cast it with a bonus, drop it for free. Is it transform? Choose whether your equipment falls to the ground.
Using a bonus action on your turn.
Okay, so it's a bonus action to
Oh
drop.
yeah, use the bonus action to drop it.
Certainly.
So Siegfried is back. I'll move him over there.
I assume you're within the globe.
Yep, I'm within the globe.
Certainly.
Right. I would move there if I could. Is that within the globe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's about
She
as far
is
as I can
going to
move.
take an opportunity attack as you swing by, though.
Okay.
27 to hit. You take 8 points of slashing damage.
I
Okay.
also take an
Um,
attack.
I'm also resistant, so that is 4.
4.
Oh,
That's
miss.
correct. Yeah, you took a potion.
Yep.
Dunnan,
Get it?
I would ask you to roll with disadvantage, but
Yeah,
you're
it
not
doesn't
rolling
matter.
well.
Yes.
Oh my. Alright, Siegfried, it's still your turn. Bonus
Yep,
and movement spend, but you still have action.
Sorry, I'm just looking through my inventory. 1 second. I am going to take out my potion of greater healing and dump it into Aeolus's mouth with the action.
Certainly.
And
As you dump the
great-
potion into Aeolus's mouth, you have a sudden flashback to Mimics,
a mimic.
disguised as potion bottle was.
Yeah.
This is not that case, though.
Okay. Mimic right down his throat.
Mimic right now would kill
Oh, no,
Aeolus.
no,
It would actually kill Aeolus.
Yeah, that would
He has 2
kill
failed
both.
saves. It's an auto crit. And you're literally sticking it to his face.
Yeah. Sorry, how much is the greater healing again? I know,
There's a macro for it.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I always forget. Greater healing. Here he goes.
13 points for you, Aeolus.
And
You can wipe your
I'm gonna continue to avert my eyes, and that is my turn.
Okay. The end of your turn, she is going to spend 2 legendary actions and once again force Dunnan to try to petrify him. Make me a con save. You do not have disadvantage on this thanks to the restraining condition, so you're...
Nope.
Your turn. Would you like to avert your gaze?
Nope.
Okay, make me another con save.
Definitely not. I'm gonna make taunter, but I first roll. Oh, 18.
18. Just succeeds.
Ooh. And he's gonna shout, "Hey, bitch!" And
Gonna get
he's
you.
gonna say, you know, that petal I ate before, it was really sweet. Have you ever tried it before? And then he's gonna swing.
Sure.
He wants-
Swing away. 11.
Won't say tension.
Uh, 16, no good.
Fuck me. Oh.
Oh no, Dunnan. Oh, you get a hit.
Yeah.
At least one.
Alright,
At least one.
extra D8 for your
Yeah.
Spirit Shroud.
Because I'm gonna smite him.
So that's base
Rolling
damage.
real low
that's
on that,
is that
man.
a 3rd level smite?
No, a 2nd level.
2nd level, so 3d8 plus the d8 for your other thing.
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
Perfect. I just wanted to make sure that you weren't missing out on damage.
Nope.
Yeah. Get a little bit in there.
Low.
She's quite upset with you.
Can I bonus action shield basher? Just for the fun of it.
sure.
I don't know if she can be prone or shoved,
You could try.
considering
I mean,
her size.
she's quite heavy. She's large.
Is
You
it
could
also with disadvantage?
Hmm.
Disadvantage?
Dunnan's used his shield a fair bit in this manner. I'll double check the ruling later, but I would argue, I would make the assertion that in the same vein as levitate, she's a bit too large for you to effectively shield bash and get anything out of it, unless you really just wanted to piss her off.
Just for the favor. Just favor.
Yeah,
flavor
absolutely. You do
across
take
her
4
face.
points of poison damage for the one hit that you got on her as the snakes bite you. Your resistance
Is
to
it
that's
reduced?
52.
Okay. 96. Alright, that's it. I can't move anyway, so.
Okay. Alright, that will then bring us to Tang with Aeolus on deck.
Is Aeolus up now?
Aeolus is conscious. He's still prone.
Okay.
He's prone and conscious.
He's prone, but he's able to use his hands. Theoretically. Okay, great. I'm gonna fly into the upper echelon of the orb. I don't want to get in melee with her. And I'm gonna say heads up and drop/toss the potion of heroism down to Aeolus.
Okay.
That's it.
Aeolus, make me a dexterity, sleight of hand check. Give you the chance for the benefits. But you catch it. That's fine. DC was 10.
Oh. Woohoo!
Woohoo. And then I am going to.
I did reduce.
As my-
I did reduce your elevation, by the way, because of the dome.
Okay.
It's slightly
I-
radius.
I'm now going to try to cast the Spirit Guardians.
Certainly. Roll me D100, please.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
46 is
Yes.
a failure, and your spell slot is consumed.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Does dropping the potion consume my bonus action?
No.
Okay. So I still have a bonus.
Still have a bonus. You have attempted to cast a leveled spell this turn. If you have a potion for yourself that you could quaff, you could do that. I don't know if you have any cantrip bonus actions.
I have the magic stone.
Ah, okay. So get a magic stone going just in case. That way you have non-spell ranged attacks.
That is a good idea.
Certainly. So you have, I believe it makes 3 stones, right?
Yes.
So you have magic stone going. Anything else for your turn?
I'm gonna try to get her attention by saying, "Up here, Scaly."
Alright, wonderful. At the end of your turn, she's going to spend her last legendary action for the round.
Uh-huh.
I would like everyone, including the pup, based on the pup's intelligence, to make me an intelligence saving throw.
Aeolus.
Wow, Aeolus. And that's a good
This-
save for you.
This.
So Hellerast, you gain a +5 benefit from Dunnan. So alright, so let me go one at a time. Tang. Okay. Tang, you pass. Hellerast, you pass. Aeolus, you fail. Pup, even with Dunnan's bonus, fails. Corin, fails in the sense just... Actually, Corin gets Dunnan's benefit, so Corin's fine.
Yeah. +5.
Siegfried, you're fine. Dunnan, you fail. Alright. Let me double check for half damage. Yep. Okay. Failures were Dunnan and Aeolus, and the pup. Dunnan, Aeolus, and the pup, you are all subjected to synaptic static. You take 31 points of psychic damage.
Yikes.
You take a minus
Up some more.
1d6 penalty on the next minute on attack rolls and ability checks, as well as Constitution saves to maintain concentration. And you can end the effect at the end of each of your turns. Make an intelligence save to affect it.
I fall on my ass because the pup is
Pup is vanished.
more. Yes.
So the
she
success-
I'm
has to,
prone.
1 moment. She has to make a save against herself, and she will legendary resistance her own save. Good. So Dunnan, I need a Constitution save to maintain concentration. It was 31 damage. Your DC is 15, and you have a minus 1d6 penalty to it.
Nope. Failed.
Ooh. All right. So that fades. Your Spirit Shroud vanishes. Aeolus, you're back down, I believe. Correct?
Yep.
All right, you are
Yeah.
still affected by the synaptic static.
Yep.
Put that on you for now. Dunnan, you can make an acrobatics check to sort of catch yourself if you want. That's fine. For the penalty. You're sitting on the ground right now. Now, if you pass the
Wouldn't
save,
have
so
it
that's,
added otherwise.
yeah, so pass the save, so that's Hellerast, Corbin, Siegfried, and Tang. You all take half damage, which is 15, and you have none of the additional effects.
And I'm resistant to that as well, correct?
You're resistant to psychic damage because of the potion. It's all damage, right?
So that's 7 damage?
7. Yep.
So how much damage for Heli?
15.
15. Okay.
Because you passed. You passed with 25, thanks to Dunham.
Right.
DC was 17. Tang barely succeeded. And she didn't get Dunham's bonus. That'll then bring us to Aeolus.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's it. Oh, no, this dropped you back down to 0 again, so you are then restabilized. You're fine.
Oh, right, because it doesn't have a refresh.
No, it's just you were conscious and then you fell unconscious again, so you're restabilized.
Okay.
So you're good. Legendary action.
En jag kan få avsätts en
Stab
kingdom.
Aeolus. Oh no, I'm out of
Let's
legendary actions. My mistake. I'll wait. Hellerast. I'll stab at Aeolus in a moment. Hellerast, right at you.
Okay. Heli's gonna move around
Right.
towards Siegfried and Aeolus.
Go for it, yeah.
Round to here, not close enough to get an attack from her. And Heli is going to cast inside the bubble life transference
Okay.
on Aeolus.
Certainly. Go ahead.
So submit there
Don't roll 1 to 10.
and roll 48.
Yep, and I'd roll me a D100.
Okay.
Roll 2.
It's a good one. Yeah.
Aw.
1 to 10 is the reflex. That would not go well. 61 functions normally. So I believe you take 17 points of damage, correct?
Yes, I
Correct.
take 17 points of damage, and Aeolus gets 17
He
points
gets twice
of
that
healing.
amount. He gets 34
Twice
points.
that, so 34. Okay, great.
Half a hit point.
Worth it.
Yeah, so Aeolus, you pick up 34 from that. Huge. Anything else, Hellerest?
Corin's gonna take another stab,
Yeah, go for it.
and
Just
probably
misses.
nothing.
Yeah.
Just misses. Okay.
Yeah, AC
Well,
17. Aeolus figured that out.
she's a
quick.
good spider. She tries.
Yeah. There's also times that she deals like 40, 50 damage over the course of a couple
Oh
rounds.
yeah.
So it
Yeah,
works
so
out.
it's worth it. Worth the shot.
That'll bring us to my Medusa. One resistance left. Alright. She is going to... She needs done and gone. She's going to use her snake hair and 2 scimitar attacks on Dunnan. Siegfried, I believe you have your action back. Would you like to spend it on one of her attacks?
Yeah, I would.
Alright, so this, Dunnan, your
I
current
think I
AC
can
is-
pick. I think I can pick after she rolls them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's going to hit with the snake hair and one of the scimitar, because Dunnan, your AC is 22 right now, right? Thanks to
Yes.
haste.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So she's hitting with the scimitar and the snake hair.
I'll do the scimitar attack.
Certainly, go for it. Roll a d6. That's enough. She rolled a 22. So the scimitar does not hit. The snake hair does. Done in 6 points of piercing and 21 poison, reduced to 10, so 16 total.
Yikes. Cups of blood.
On the ground, she's going to move her position to here. Couple people that can take opportunity attacks. I believe, Palaras, you can spend your action to allow Corwin to make one. And
Yep.
Aeolus, you're conscious. You can slash out at disadvantage if you'd like to.
Yep.
Corwin, no way. Oh, sorry, backwards. Aeolus, no way. Corwin, yes. 6 points. All right. And that will then bring us to... Dunn and you did get moved along with her, actually. Adjust that. Siegfried, around to you. You muted Siegfried.
Sorry, I'm gonna move behind Dunnan right there, and I'm going to attempt to cast Cure Wounds on him. So let me
Do
roll
it.
the. I'm gonna declare the spell slot first. Let
Yep.
me take a look.
Come on, give it to her by accident.
Yeah. I'm going to do a 4th level Cure Wounds.
Okay. Big money here. Roll for it. That's a lot of health. 31. The spell does
Yeah,
not function, and material components are used up.
Okay.
Sorry.
No problem.
Yeah. It didn't go to her.
Yeah. And then I'm just like, Dunnan, do something. If you go down, we're fucking dead. And that's the end of my turn.
Dana is coughing blood.
End of your turn, she's going to use a legendary action. Yeah.
I'm trying.
She's going to make a scimitar attack on Dunham. 28 to hit you, Dunham, 7 points.
I'm gonna try and wheel it. There's no way I can wheel it, right? No, yeah.
Not from a 28.
Yeah, because it would bring it down to 22. And
Yep.
yeah.
Exactly. Dunham, around to you.
Alright. First, he's gonna touch himself. And lay on hands for 30 healing hit points.
Certainly. Would you like to virtue gaze?
No.
Make me a con save. Roll me a d6.
Oh, potion.
Synaptic static. 20. You succeed.
You thought us ever gonna happen.
Could have failed that.
And then he's gonna reach into his pocket and quaff his supreme healing potion.
That's the 10d4 plus 20.
Yes.
Yeah.
So 6 and 4.
It's in the macro.
Oh. Should just click it or?
Yeah, use the macro. Select supreme.
Yeah, you can select a level of potion after clicking it.
I don't know how.
In the top.
It should be at the bottom left under. You might not have macros enabled in settings, but I don't know.
So
Probably not.
Up at the top of chat, next to the little gear, there's the next
Healing potion. There it says.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
Tick the button that says in bar, and then it'll be at the very bottom left of your screen. 37 points of healing.
There you go.
Alright, bitch. You ready to fight on? Ready to dance? And
You're prone.
that was. I'm
And
prone.
restrained.
I have mobile, so I get up.
You do not have mobile. You're prone, and your speed is 0
Oh. Fuck.
because you're restrained.
Alright, can I use one of my actions to unrestrain
You
myself?
can attempt to, absolutely.
Okay.
I'm gonna assume you're using your hasted bonus additional action.
Yes. Yes.
Certainly. Make an athletics or acrobatics check, your choice, with a d6 penalty.
Is it not disadvantage, right?
No, straight roll. But you do have a
Okay.
penalty on it because of synaptic static.
So that is.
Roll a d6 penalty, but you do succeed. So you are no longer restrained by the grid.
Enough of this. And then he's gonna try to hit her.
Yeah, go for it. Straight rolls, you're no longer restrained.
Finally.
You do have a d6 penalty.
You love it, huh?
I've been subjected to so many d6 penalties thanks to Siegfried. Now it's the other way.
I guess
21
that's 21.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a 9.
So spiritual is gone, but I'm gonna dump everything.
Yep.
Oh, no.
9. Yep. Second attack.
I'll make it 360 and swing the hammer over my head and give another bash. Guess
17
that's not
just
command.
hits, but with the penalty.
Nah.
bonus. Yeah.
No.
You do
Alright.
take poison damage from the one attack. 9 reduced to 4 from the snakes. You're within 5 feet and you're hitting her. You're done.
That is it.
Fantastic. At the end of your turn, you've removed yourself from the coils. So it's only fair that the tail is going to go and constrict Tang. As a legendary
No.
action. Yes. 21 to hit you, Tang.
That hurts.
I'm gonna
Uh,
retaliate.
attempt to wheel it.
I'm gonna retaliate.
Certainly. Roll me a d6 penalty, Dunny.
God damn it.
Dunny, you actually get to make an intelligence save after this also. So you do
Oh.
hit with the retaliation. So that is 10 points reduced to 5.
And another.
You're dropping another smite in there? Sure.
Yes,
course.
I'm. For what should I hold on?
Alright, and then Siegfried, you reduce her hit to a 20 total, which is not sufficient to stop Tang from getting coiled.
An int save or intro?
Intelligence saving throw, yes.
Uh,
You are
saving
still
throw.
affected by synaptic static.
Okay.
Tang, you take 9 points of damage and are grappled and restrained.
Got it.
That's the legendary action. Tang, around to you.
I'm not a fan of this.
Would you like to avert your gaze?
I would like to avert my gaze.
Wonderful.
And then I'm going to try to cast Spirit Guardians again.
Certainly. Roll me a d100. $59 is a success. I don't think there's anything extra. Nothing extra, just successfully cast.
Wonderful. So then she has to make a wisdom saving throw.
I believe when she starts her turn in it, or at the
Or enters the area
enters
for the
it
first.
time. Okay. So that is a 15-foot radius on Tang's token. If it would pull up my token stuff.
Oh,
There we
you
go.
want these pins?
Everyone can see the Spirit Guardians. I'm assuming that you are excluding all of your compatriots.
But I like my compatriots.
Certainly. Of note, Spirit Guardians does not extend outside of the bubble, the globe of invulnerability. So to affect the inside, you must be within inside. To affect outside, you must be outside. So it extends 15 feet up to the wall of the globe. All right. So that is your action. I don't think you have anything for your bonus, and your movement is 0. Aeolus, you are conscious and prone. And
Is
your
going
head
to-
hurts like the dickens.
Aeolus is going to, closing his eyes, he's going to stand up. He's going
Averting
to
your
quaff. Yes.
Certainly.
I'm going to quaff the potion of heroism
Sure.
and can I hear that 10 was grappled?
No.
No. Okay.
She was in the air at the moment. There was not the sound of like scrabbling claws on the ground tearing up as she tried to resist. I would
Okay.
say if you're getting up and keeping your eyes closed to avoid looking, no.
Okay. I'm gonna try to make my way towards her and hit her.
Certainly. You know where the quarry is. It's not like she's invisible and has moved around a whole bunch. You know where she is in the same vein as like as Helleras described it, like averting your gaze, looking at the ground level to avoid hitting
Right.
like that eye beam. But because that's not enough information to accurately make attacks, which is why you are effectively fighting blind, which is disadvantage on attack rolls. Outright.
Alrighty. Yeah, I'm gonna try to strike. Do I have advantage because of Siegfried or Dunnan?
Dunnan is no longer restrained, so yes. So straight roll. Oh wow, you rolled max on bless, but you also rolled max on the penalty. So 26 plus -2, so 24 still hits, and 13 misses. So 10 points reduced to 5, and 3 points of cold, and you don't take poison because you're immune.
Yep. And
Anything else?
I'm going to end my turn shouting out to Tang that everyone's looking a little hungry. And that's my turn.
Alright, that'll then bring us to Hellerast with my Medusa on deck.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Helly's pissed that she picked on Tang, so she's gonna say, "Hey, bitch! Why don't you pick on somebody your own size?" And even though she is looking at her so she can get a good strike in, she's going to come up to here and hit her with the Soul Steel Mitigator.
Sure.
And at the very least, try to piss her off so that she lets go of Tang and takes me.
25 hits. That's
Yay!
used damage, but still something. You take 2 points of poison damage from connecting in melee with her.
Okay.
Corin's attack.
Yep.
Certainly.
Corn will attack. Give her a shot. Oh, yay!
25 hits, 8 points of force damage. All right. Anything else, Hellerast? mean heals.
Would like to switch out from Soul Steel Mitigator to the Hurley.
Okay. You could do so on your next turn, because you've used up
Okay.
all of your resources this turn to do so.
Okay, that'll be my bonus action instead of Corin.
That'll bring us to the Medusa. Not made this easy. She is going to move down. She has to make a wisdom save for Spirit Guardians, I believe.
Yeah.
Again, 16 damage. She takes half damage. Okay. She's not looking great at all. I would like Dunnan, Siegfried, Hellerast, and Corin.
Wouldn't Helly and Aeolus and Corin get opportunity attacks?
Aeolus does not. Hellerast or Corin, and you, technically, but I think you'd probably save your reaction. at this point.
I've used my reaction, and I think Dunnan has used their reaction.
Gotcha. Yeah, so Hellerast or Corin can make an attack. Because when Corin takes the opportunity attack, it uses Hellerast's reaction. 27 hits. 5 and 6. 11 points of damage. Alright, so Dunnan, Siegfried, Corin, and Hellerast, I need Constitution saves, please. Aeolus,
you
I
get a
need an
+5.
intelligence save from you also. You are no longer
there also
affected by
penalty
synaptic
and
static,
save?
Aeolus.
Okay.
Alright. So Siegfried got a 10. Hellerast got a 19, thanks to Dunnan, correct? And then I need one for Corin.
I think I'm technically a 15 with Dunnan, but I'm
Yours
not
is a
exactly sure.
15? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so Corin, so the failures is just Siegfried. So the rest of you take half damage. As a clap of lightning ricochets through this space. Siegfried, you take 18. The rest of you take 9. 9 is not enough to break Corin, so Corin's fine. And Siegfried, you get thrown back 15 feet.
I also only take 9 damage, I think, because of the potion.
Correct. Yeah. So everyone except Aeolus and Teng take 9. And Siegfried, you are thrown back by this effect. That's her action. Just trying to push Dunnan further away.
I don't. Yeah, she doesn't know about his armor.
Yeah. Yeah, she doesn't. She's gonna continue movement. Aeolus, I believe you have your reaction back.
Yes.
You can go ahead and make an opportunity attack if you would so choose. Oh, no, you cannot. Oh, my.
You're rolling hot.
Ah, jeez. It's the same on Bless also.
Did she roll her save for Spirit Guardian?
She did. She failed. Pardon me. She succeeded and she took damage.
Okay.
I remember you rolled the 16 damage for it already.
Okay.
Yep. And that will be her turn. Round to Siegfried.
Okay, am I prone or still just push back?
No, you were just thrown back. You managed to catch yourself. It doesn't
Okay.
actually knock you prone.
So
I don't believe so. Yeah, no, does not knock you prone.
6. I think that's the furthest I can move up. Let me just. Sorry, I think I just burped into the microphone. I'm sorry if you heard that. Didn't mean to do. Usually. So I want to target outside the bubble,
Okay.
the anti-magic bubble, down
Not
this
anti-magic.
line basically. Yeah,
Okay.
it doesn't matter. There's a magic bubble. Just so hopefully it goes off. And I want to cast wall of ice across this place to stop her from moving away from it.
Ooh, okay, cool.
I'm gonna use the Ring of Winter.
All right, roll me a d100.
Fuck.
30. Charge with
Yeah, get to
dispense
see us
spell doesn't go.
Yeah.
Pardon, what did you say, Devin?
Sorry, talking to my kids.
Ah, all good. All right, anything else, Siegfried?
No, I don't have anything I can do with the. I'll just. I already. That doesn't count as a leveled spell because it was my
Charges.
item.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me
So you
just
can
check
still-
how many.
Do a leveled bonus if you wanted.
Yeah. So let me just. I just need to check how many charges that used.
It's two charges.
So let me update that, and then with the bonus action, so my cure wounds failed earlier, so that was a wasted spell. As a bonus action, I'm gonna try and 4th level healing word Aeolus.
Sure, go for it.
So here's the roll. 4th level. Mark the spell.
And then d100.
God damn.
Actually, that's a reflex to the caster, so you get the benefits of it. 1
Sure.
to 10, it rebounds back on you, even if it's a
Yeah,
beneficial spell. so-
I
I'm
haven't.
not getting healed anytime.
I don't
No.
think I've rolled successfully on a wild magic at all since we came into this forest.
Yeah,
But
no,
at least
there's been some good instances of wild magic for you guys also, but
you made it true. I think
swing
the one
both
time
ways.
it was the guiding bolt that incinerated the spectator. I think that was the last time it worked.
yeah.
But yeah,
Alright.
that is my turn.
That'll then bring us to the end of your turn. She is going to do a legendary action. She's going to spend 2 of them. And Teng, she's going to force you to make a save against her petrifying gaze. Con save, please. Pass.
Sucks to suck.
Why would you say that?
I turned my head 180 degrees to look away from her.
That's great.
I imagine just slowly turns her owl head around. Just glares at her.
Done and what'll it be?
She's trying to run away, so it's gonna follow. Trying to run away. Gonna get up close.
Yeah. What's your speed?
Uh,
Oh, you
35.
Double speed.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah, you can go.
And
Yeah, your speed's 70 right now, Dunnan.
oh, okay. Well,
Faster than me, holy shit.
Yeah, your speed at Gonzalez.
I'm
Not with your
I'm
attacks, though.
rolling it.
Jeez.
hit, man.
27 does hit. 13 misses. 14 misses. You do take some poison damage. Let me roll that for you. The blood of the serpents. Take 1 poison damage there, Dunnan, please. Thank you.
Right. Anything else?
So that's 9 reduced to 4 plus 2 is 6 points of damage, right? Any smite?
No, no.
Okay.
That's it. That's
What, are
it.
you out of smites?
No, I'm not, but
Oh. Okay.
keeping spell slots.
Gotcha. So Dunnan, as
You know
you're
what?
charging after her, swinging
I'm gonna
wild-
Shield of Faith Tang, sorry. Gonna use Shield of Faith on Tang.
on Tang. Certainly.
Yes.
So, as you rush after her, swinging Heart Iron and uttering this spell, knowing you can't do it until you get within the aura, connect. The snakes bite you. How do you want to do this? Real low.
I kill her.
Yeah,
Oh,
shoot real low.
oh.
You guys-
Just
you guys
run up.
bogged her
You're.
down.
It's for killing my pup. Nobody kills my pup. And I'm gonna just. Let's just see. I'll throw the hard iron against her Medusa head. Just smashes her face in.
Utterly decimating The heart iron pulls out the other side with a crunching, squelching sound before returning to your hand, dragging bits of viscera back into your grip.
Ugh. But the snake on the hammer just
The Tang you
moves.
drop. Take 1 point of falling damage, Tang, which you ignore because of your cloud kept armor. But you drop to the ground. As the coils around you release, and the death throes of her form writhing and twisting and coiling back in on themselves in the ground continue. Dunnan and Tang, I'd like you to both make dexterity saving throws for me.
Sure. You have advantage, right, though? Because of speed.
I don't know.
Of haste.
I can check
Something.
haste.
I'm about to get hit.
It has advantage on dexterity
Advantage or
saving
dex save,
throws.
yeah, advantage.
Cool. Jesus.
17 succeeds. Tang, you take 10 points of bludgeoning damage in the death throes that the body is sort of undergoing in this instance, until it eventually finally lays still. You've been battered, pushed up against some of the ruins here. Presently, after about a good long minute, the movements and the twitches and the spasms are nearly imperceptible, and then they vanish themselves. That's going to take the group of you out of initiative, and we'll pick up there next session.
I imagine Dunnan just kept hitting it while it was running.
Yes. I guess that the snake tail just kept on moving and twitching, and it's just gonna smash it until it stops moving.
She doesn't move. She just stays on the ground,
Yeah.
just laying on her back.
I feel like I
Oh,
didn't do
God.
anything that fight except get a potion and tailless.
I get over and give Tang a hand.
Globe
You're
of
right.
invulnerability for your edification as
Oh.
well, not anti-magic.
Oh,
Anything
okay, cool.
lower than 6th cannot pass through.
Yep.
Sweet.
Brutal spell, especially
Nope.
against a bunch of casters.
Yeah. Oh, so then the Ring of Winter spells would have worked, but I didn't know that.
Some of them would have, yes.
Yeah, some of them, yeah.
If
There's
it
some-
weren't for wild magic.
Yeah.
No, that was the thing. I was like, if I use Cone of Cold or Frozen Sphere,
Destroyed Aeolus.
and it backfires, it'll wreck all of us. So I was just like,
Mm.
play conservative.
Aeolus, the eyes are destroyed. But head off. Hedge your bets in that case.
Ooh. Well,
Dunnan destroyed her face. I asked him
God.
how you do it.
I made sure.
Yeah. You're not walking around with a pocket Medusa head.
No.
Okay, guys. I'll see you
can't
next
become
week.
Kratos. I'm sorry, Sam.
Yeah.
See-
Spencer, just a reminder, I'm at PAX East next week, so I will not
Sounds
be here.
good. Yeah. I'm glad that we got to play this week because I felt
Yeah.
like this was something everyone should be here for, especially with collecting the lotuses.
I'm glad
Is everybody
my idea paid off because I was just doing a Hail Mary.
Yeah. My
Is
God.
everybody else gonna come next week or be able to play? Because I got the weekend off. That would be awesome.
Yeah,
I'll be here.
Thing.
I should be.
Right, so we'll just be Shy and Dylan next week.
Yep. All right.
Cool.
See you the week after. GG.
Well, I'll see you next week. Bye bye, guys.
Yeah, Sammy. Bye bye.
Bye bye.